Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aidan, and in today's review we will be carrying on with my latest Air Max 90 pickups. Now we did recently do a review of the UNC and Obsidian colourway, which is already currently on the channel. The next review, the one we're focusing on today, is of the medium olive colourway, and then we will also have a third Air Max 90 review on the channel in the very near future, so definitely do stay tuned for that. But with all that said, we're here to focus on this one. I'm very excited to be getting into it, so sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. Now, just quickly before we do go ahead and actually get into the shoes themselves, just like we always do, let's just get this off with the packaging. And like the last review, unfortunately, it is just your regular, ordinary red Nike sportswear box. You've seen one, you've seen them all, you've seen this one. Now, if we do take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the Nike Air Max 90 in the medium olive Vault Sequoia colourway, and this is in a UK size 9. So that's the size label for anyone who wants to check that out. There it is for anyone who wants to see that. And then if we do open up the box itself, on the inside we just have your regular ordinary sports tissue paper, whatever you want to call it, just regular tissue paper I should say. And then underneath that, here we have the kicks, so let's go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 90 in the medium olive colourway. Not a shoe that I've actually seen too many people talking about, being that it's a GR release, I suppose that's to be expected in most cases. But for me personally, I've been looking to add something into the collection that's a little bit different and I can actually wear towards the back end of winter without actually having wearer's remorse. A lot of my pickups from last year and even from the start of this year are very much spring and summer wears and not something I can wear at this time of year, unfortunately. So I've been looking to add something in that's a little bit different, a little bit easier to wear, and pretty much just be able to destroy without really having any remorse for it is probably the best way to say that. So as soon as I saw these, I did think it was a pretty interesting option and I definitely wanted to take a closer look at them. I was even able to get a cheeky 20% discount from ACS of all places. They definitely seem to be getting a lot of good Air Max stock, so if you are interested in Air Maxes, definitely check out ACS. They've got a bunch of different discounts going, so you never know, you might actually be able to get yourself a cheeky steal like I did. But if you are actually watching this video to take a close detailed look at these before deciding if you should add them into your own collection, in this review I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know from materials through to sizing, so by the end of this video you can decide for yourself whether this is worth the pickup. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with. For this one we do have a almost military inspired design. By mixing in these hues of black and dark khaki with these lighter tones of green and Vault, we definitely have a pretty interesting colour combination for today's review. So if we kick this off from the front of the shoe and then we'll gradually work our way back. At the base of the shoe we do have that green coloured mesh material making up the toe box, which is then nicely accented with this rough dark khaki suede around the toe box on the overlay. Now it could even be nubuck, don't hold me to it, it's a little bit difficult to actually say with 100% certainty whether or not this is actually suede or nubuck. It definitely has more of a suede feel, but more of a synthetic suede to be completely honest. Overall, the quality is absolutely fine, nothing really to write home about, especially at the price point. There's nothing really to be worried about there. And as we then work our way down to the mudguard, we do have your pretty standard all black leather material making up the mudguard itself. As we then work our way into the midfoot portion on both the U-throw as well as in the quarter midfoot panel, we do have more of that dark khaki once again. And then in the middle of the midfoot, we have a really nice vibrant hit of this neon colour, making up the Nike swoosh on both the lateral and medial sides. Now just beneath the swoosh itself, we then have a TPU cutout within the actual mudguard, and it does also feature a really nice neon hit on that Air Max branding once again. From there, as we then work our way onto the ankle collar, just like what we saw with the toe box, we have more of that green mesh material making up the collar, and as we then reach the heel, we do have that black TPU heel plate as is standard for the Air Max 90, and then in the middle we have a really nice vibrant hit of that neon on that Nike Air branding, very nice in my opinion. Now when it does come to the lacing options for this one, you do only get one set of standard laces which are in that khaki colour. Now for me personally, I do feel like white laces actually might be the move for this one, or maybe even Vault laces depending on how bright you want the shoe to be. These khaki laces are absolutely fine, and normally I'm not the one to suggest a lace swap, but I do feel like maybe white laces might set these off even better, so I might actually try that out, but don't hold me to it. I'm a little bit lazy with lace swaps. I could very much just leave it as it is. And then the laces themselves do sit atop this pretty standard mesh material on the tongue itself. Now as we then work our way up to the top of the tongue, we then have more of that khaki colour making up the tongue tag, and then in the middle of the tongue tag itself we do have that neon coloured Nike Air Max branding featured on there as well. But as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we then have more of those really nice khaki colours making up the sock liner itself, and the sock liner has been constructed from a pretty basic nylon material. Now when it does come to the overall comfort of an Air Max 90, in my personal opinion, I said it in the last video, I'm saying it again right now, you definitely can't go wrong when it comes to these for everyday, all day wear. There isn't an abundance of padding, but just for what you need it for as a low top option, you definitely can't go wrong with these. There is a pretty nice amount of padding, they do feel really nice under feet in my opinion, but if you've never tried one out, I would highly recommend that you do. And as we then work our way even further onto the inside of the shoe, we do have more of those khaki colours making up the majority of the insole, but again we do have more of those neon accents featured on that Nike Air branding. Again, a very nice touch in my opinion. And then just to close that in terms of the details, as we then work our way down to the midsole, we do have your pretty standard polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit towards the heel. Now around the air unit, it has been done in black to match what we see with the mudguard, but if you then look closer at the air unit, it has been tinted in neon to match up to other areas of the shoe once again. As we then work our way onto the outsole, we do have your classic style of Air Max 90 outsole done in that waffle design, and it has been done in that mostly all green / khaki colour, whatever you want to call it, but we do have some small hits of black towards the heel as well, very nice in my opinion. Now when it does come to the overall sizing for the Air Max 90, as I almost alluded to at the start of the video, I went with the UK size 9, which is my true to size. It's what I do with every single one of my Air Max 90 pickups, and that is what I'm going to suggest that you do for this one as well. If you've never owned a pair before, there is an abundance of these at every single major retailer, so definitely head down there and check them out for yourself. But outside of that, going true to size, you'll be absolutely fine. And then outside of that, we've covered everything you really need to know about this one. So if we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say they are a very solid 7 out of 10. In my opinion, a very nice everyday option. Probably doesn't have the wow factor for a lot of people and is an easy pass, and I could understand why that is. But it definitely fills a need for me. Definitely going to get a lot of wear, especially as we head out towards the end of winter. And if you're asking me personally, based on the last 2 Air Max 90 reviews we've done, this is definitely my preference over this one. But in order to keep this fresh and clean for summer, this is definitely needed. So it's definitely going to serve its purpose. So overall, very happy with the pickup, especially with that 20% discount. You're definitely not going to hear any complaints from me. And adding more Air Max 90s to the collection is something I'm definitely going to be trying to do this year. So having both of these and even the next one we will be reviewing in the next video, very, very happy to add all 3 of them into my personal collection. I would love to get your guys' opinion on it as well, so do let me know what you think of my ratings on this shoe. Let me know what your rating is as well, and any other thoughts, do make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, as always, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.